Hey there, this is part 2. We're going to ask the angels, saints, ancestors, and spirit guides into our energy for divine guidance with messages for our highest and greatest good. And so it is, and so it will be. All right, I'm going to do a little bit of a recap. And so what the T is, there's going to be forward movement. I feel like there's going to be, lifting anchor and moving on in a new direction. All right, I feel like it has something to do with some sort of opportunity, some sort of blessing or gift. Maybe you have a gift that you're going to be using and you're taking that with you and you're moving on in a new direction. I feel like there is also this partnership too that's destined. I'm getting there's some sort of like ending to things. So I feel like whatever is playing out is like a finale, if you will. There is this energy of like really strong appearances, okay, like wanting to be well-to-do or very extravagant, I'm getting, or maybe somebody's what's going on the outside doesn't quite match what's going on the inside is kind of what I'm getting. And then I have toil and labor, so I feel like something's playing out when it comes to like either what's playing out at work or what happened at work. I feel like, maybe, there's a lot of like lack energy with this and self-worth energy, and maybe even like not feeling good enough. And then I'm having this imprisonment energy as well. So this tells me that like there might have been somebody who feels trapped and stuck, maybe in a cycle, maybe in a relationship, like a karmic relationship, or it could also be like having to pay back karmic debt. It could be physical or spiritual prison. So I feel like there is massive concern. Okay. And then we also have a message of concern. So I feel like there's chatter about this. It involves a false couple. Okay. So I'm getting like con artist energy. And it's because they really wanted to be wealthy and they would do whatever it takes to do that. I feel like somebody, fell for the tricks, okay, and thinks of you often, masculine or feminine. I feel like you've chosen a different path and you're on your purpose, and they have fallen from grace and you're moving on because you are attracting a mature man who's educated, okay, who prioritizes what's important in life. They're not over there running amok and conning people. And then I have their high honor, just like your high honor. I feel like they've been through their own battles and trials and tribulations, and has, been able to continue to, fight for what they believe in, fight for a cause. I feel like this might be something the two of you are going to have in common, and it's going to provide some great success and fulfillment. So that's kind of like the summary here. We're going to do a little tarot to add to the mix here. So we have Empress at the bottom of the deck. So this is, Venus energy, as well as like just grounding, a very high, loving, energy here and vibration, right? She's very much illuminated up here. Her crown is lit up. All right. So she is grounding that energy, like an energy channel, creating with source. So that's that great fortune energy I was seeing. Okay. Look at all this illumination. So very, very strong connection. Like strong light being. Okay, so somebody might have been trying to use your energy to manifest and create for themselves. Okay, and so then I have the star card. Okay, so yeah, somebody was trying to use your energy. Okay, it was like energy harvesting in some way, shape, or form, and it might have been great for a while until you kind of like, were made aware of maybe what was truly happening, whether you had proof or not. You had to rely on your instincts and your intuition and your spiritual communication that you were receiving. Some of it could have been visual, some of it could have been energetic, some of it like could have been sensory things, or just like intuitive hits, downloads, whatever those things were. I feel like, you know, this ignited you, this illuminated you. This is, again, like, there might have been some loss here, but there was a big gain, okay? And that's the gift. Like, you see this as a blessing, whatever this experience, process, whatever it was, you see it as a blessing. All right, so we have the Seven of Cups. So we have the Five of Pentacles, Four of Swords. All right, let's see what else we got. Oh, crap. Ten of Pentacles. Damn. Okay. Ten of Pentacles is clarifying distant horizons. Unexpected income, stability, security. This is also like connecting with others and creating some sort of like stable, secure. It could be like connecting with community, right? Building a community, building something about like architecture, or I don't know. I'm getting a lot of like really cool buildings and stuff. Seven of Wands. Yeah, maybe there's something that you are going to be building with others, okay? And you may have to stand your ground, right? You may have to stand up for a cause. You might be doing this with this partner. I'm getting with the Seven of Cups. I feel like if someone wants to treat you like an option, you're going to let them, okay? You're going to walk away, bye, and you're going to let them, okay? There's that. This is, again, like knowing your worth as well and having strong boundaries. I'm also getting that like someone very much could have been swindled, tricked, bamboozled, okay? Maybe thinking like they were going to receive something by doing all of this, but they have found themselves bamboozled and not receiving anything. Okay, so I feel like they put all this hard work into something and they're not getting anything. In fact, like they're maybe even going to the courthouse and finding out that like they're down and out, right? They're receiving some sort of bad news and it's really not in a good way. I feel like there is this like wounded warrior energy. I feel like there is this energy that they are aware of that is a bit comforting. Maybe there's a bit of praying. Maybe there's a bit of like healing energy here. You know, maybe there's someone here that, you know, needs healing but doesn't know how to, you know, do that. They've never really done that. So I don't know. There's somebody who has access to resources for help but refuses to do it and kind of tries to figure it out on their own, and they might need extra help is kind of what I'm getting. I feel like this has something to do with like mental health. There's something with mental health. Maybe this loss, this like wandering, choosing to wander, right? And not make changes, not, you know, it's like, woe is me, right? Like, there's assistance here. It's like open up to receive the assistance, right? Go within for the guidance. I feel like if anything, this is so that somebody can have some sort of closer relationship to themselves, like their higher self, maybe even some spirit guides, maybe even God. Okay, so I feel like somebody maybe needs to seek the light at this time, or someone is being guided to the light. They could be ignoring it. I'm not sure there. Page of Cups. Yeah, I feel like there's a need to kind of, you know, just move on. I feel like somebody may want to actually say sorry, or maybe they're being forced to apologize about something. I don't know. What's this Page of Cups? Let me get one more card. What's this? Page of Wands? Okay, somebody wants to get back in your energy. Okay, and they think that they could be, you know, or someone, what is this? Two masculines. Are they being masculines? No. No. Okay. Yeah, they want to get back in your energy. Okay. All right. I feel like you're like a no. I'm like, what do you want me to tell? I'm like, what do you want me to tell them? And then they're like, look at the bottom of the deck. I'm like, oh no. It's almost like you might observe what this is, but not engage. It's like you're gonna use your discernment. Okay, that's the guidance. Use your discernment when it comes to, you know, anyone that you've had to defend yourself from in the past. Like, use your discernment with dealing with them. That's what I'm getting with that. Right? Not everybody has good intentions. Okay, with the Hierophant in the reverse. Yeah, no. Look at 5 of Cups. Yeah, no. I'm not feeling this. This person has no loyalty for anything except for themselves. That's what that tells me. The soul contract with them is null and void, because that's what they're dealing with right here, right? This is who they have a contract with, and it's not you. It's the dark energy that they have conjured up for themselves. Okay, all that spell casting, have fun with that. All right, that's the gift. That's what you wanted, a gift. There's your gift. That's what they've been awarded. Look, it's a special surprise just for you. Okay, here you go. Like, have a good time with this. Okay? Like, be blessed. Right? Like, this is a whole lot of, I wish this on other people and this shit is returning. Okay? Yeah, this whole job situation as well. Someone was very patient to receive some sort of like balance in the situation. Like, took no action, sat back and just let the divine handle it. And they are handling it. That's what I'm getting with this. Holy crap. All right. Spirit says what Spirit says. Thank you. Even my cat just screamed. Okay. Yeah, something just fell. What's this? Oi. A Queen of Cups has fallen from grace as well. Okay. Okay. Someone who thought they had high honor or wanted to be high honor, or thought that they could wage a battle against you. You know, they're a puppet. Okay, they're being manipulated just like all the others, right? They're, you know, a pawn in a game, okay? Right? They're a pawn in the game, like they're chained, right? They're falling for these crazy illusions, thinking that this is reality. If you think that's your reality, then that's going to be your reality. I'm getting that. Again, I'm getting like someone has fallen from grace, like in some sort of way. Is that okay? Queen of Swords. Wow. Queen of Swords lands on top of the Queen of Cups. I feel like someone is learning something. All right? I feel... What do you want to say about this? Huh. Oh, boy. I feel like the Queen of Swords would want the Queen of Cups to know that it starts with her and nobody else, and it's one step at a time, and it starts with you loving you regardless of what anybody else has to say or think. It starts with you loving you. So instead of like using the sword to cut, she uses the sword to uplift and encourage and support, because she fixes another queen's crown. That's how we do it around here. Little piece of advice. Instead of knocking another queen's crown off, why don't you help fix it? All right, Ten of Swords. Yeah, this is ending very badly. And there is some sort of information coming out about somebody who's been left out in the cold here. Maybe going through some sort of downfall of some kind. King of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like someone's realizing and having to think like, was it worth it? Like, was this worth it for you? Having to evaluate, like, why do I value this? Like, why do I need to feel this way, be this way? I feel like someone's battling their ego, and I feel like the ego's winning. Okay, I have Six of Wands, the Sun, and the Three of Pentacles. So there's an energy of moving on, right? And being able to celebrate the win, right? There was a win here. And the win is you taking on this experience as a way of aligning yourself, learning a lesson, changing your outlook on life, becoming a better person, using what you've learned to help others. I feel like it's opening new doors for you. You created something new for yourself. I feel like you have chosen happiness. Okay, you've chosen your family. You've chosen to stand up and do the right thing for yourself and your family. You have strong integrity and morals, and you have a lot of like vitality about you, like very strong energy. And whether people like it or not, like, you know, you have this light about you, and it may have been something that you've had to come to like acceptance of, right? I feel sometimes, you know, even we know our light can be too bright, and because we kind of get reactions from people, we take it as like a personal affliction, and you know, it's affected us, you know, with having to like have masks and stuff like that, right? Put a mask on or whatever. And so I feel like, you know, some of us, you know, choose happiness and, you know, see the bright side of things, and sometimes we attract the opposite of that. is kind of the moral of the story here. I feel like the energy you carry holds a lot of weight. You're also very protected by the Most High, and you go way back. All right, so you're here to plant new seeds. You're here to help things grow. You're also here to help other people grow, whether you're the example or you're the one helping them grow in some way, shape, or form. And so, you know, it's kind of like you being like certified, bona fide, like moving on to the next phase, which is going to include, you know, working with others in another type of capacity. Maybe it's a different capacity than what you're currently doing now. I'm getting it. It could be something new. All right. So I'm getting like, it could be like an offer or a contract or something like that. It is potentially a collaboration as well. Like you might be working with others. I'm getting like building too, because we have like the Masonic figure here. So there's that. Yeah, I'm like, here's the ending. Okay, so here's like game over energy with that. And then we have the Sun, right? And then we have the Page of Pentacles. There is this like, oof, the Moon. Howl at the moon. And then the Star in reverse. There's this loss of maybe, okay, Six of Cups on the Moon. So this is like Cancer energy. Water, Pisces. Yeah, definitely water energy. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting like, someone is like what truly, I feel like there's like a lot of memories, a lot of like looking back at the past and remembering. Okay, I'm getting a lot of that energy. This star in reverse, I'm getting like someone tried to create an imbalance when it comes to what you're here to do. So, it was like calculated and planned out. So I feel like, that's why there's such harsh consequences when it comes to this situation, because they came after a healer and they plotted and planned to block them, right? They went to quite a great length. I feel like everything that they did, everything that everyone experienced, everything is noted, it's scribed in the Akashic. And so, these are the keepers, right? And so I feel like things are going around as they need to. So if people need to keep, having different types of experiences with people so that they continue to learn things, then that's what it takes. Here's the Tower, which will kick off change, right? Like it's like getting called to the principal's office, but it's like the universe's office. It's like there's something ending, and it's going to be a catalyst for something else. Like there's like something ending and something new beginning. There's going to be you're going to hear about this, whatever this is. Okay. I don't know if you're going to hear about it like intuitively, a download. It could be, big enough that it makes some sort of like everybody finds out about it. I feel like there's something here that I feel like there's secrets about the past that I'm getting, very much could be coming your way. Okay. You might find out about somebody, something, what's been going on, what just happened. So I don't know if like, there's a need to like hold on and get your popcorn. It's kind of what I'm getting. Yeah, look at hold on. So someone's holding on to something so that it doesn't end. They don't want something to end. They're trying to do whatever it takes. They could be very much holding on to their finances here, like feeling like, man, I'm really in a tight spot. What's this? Yeah, 5 of Cups. Someone feels like they're in a tough spot. Right. And, I'd say that that's the case. Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of shitty decisions here. That's what I think. I feel like, this plotting, this planning, this emotional abusing and holding back and controlling everything, it's really creating a demise for somebody, a downfall. It's really like what is it? How do they say that? Like the jig is up. I'm getting the jig is up. Okay. The jig is up. That's not a song. Okay. 8 of Swords, 2 of Cups. Yeah. I feel like they sabotage something for sure. They sabotage themselves. They sabotage the divine union. And they feel very trapped in whatever dynamic they're in, whatever situation that is playing out here. And you're not going to get involved in this. It's none of your business. So, let them experience what they created for themselves. I mean, their mindset is what's created this whole thing. So they chose that experience, and I'm getting like now they're experiencing it. Maybe it's created a lot of mental instability and anxiety and fear. They're very fear oriented at this time. I feel like they are fearing you having a divine union or some sort of partnership or collaboration or just love. I feel like they fear you being with somebody else. Okay, and they know this is on its way. They know this is on its way. Look at the Hanged Man. Yeah, and there's nothing they can do about it. That's the realization here. Okay? There's nothing they can do about it. They feel like they're stuck. They're stuck in the muck over here. I'm not saying that. Yeah, because they're too busy playing, right? They're too busy lying. They're too busy cheating. They're too busy stealing. Like they're not loyal. Like these hoes ain't loyal is what I'm getting. So I don't know what they expected. Like they ended up meeting up with someone who's just like them. Like they're not a loyal hoe and neither is their hoe. Like come on. You lose them how you found them. Like come on now. When are we going to grow up? Right? This cause and effect business. You're learning this lesson. Universal laws playing out. Pay attention. Take notes. Right? It is something to really understand, honestly. Look at Five of Swords. Yeah, I mean, they created this whole narrative and they've been saying this, doing that. Like, even people around them are starting to betray them. Right? It's like they're turning on each other. Judgments here. Yeah, someone is having a hard time dealing with the things that it's like they don't want to face what they've done. They can't face it, right? Ace of Cups. Yeah, they know that you gave them love and they said absolutely the opposite, right? The truth is being revealed about who you are and what really played out in that situation, okay? This person, Nine of Cups. I feel like your wishes and dreams are coming true, so don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about a thing. Chicken wing. Look at the Lovers and the Fool. Okay. So you're going to move on in light and prosper and really, enjoy those relationships that, you're going to attract. This could be soul tribe. This could be friends. This could be lovers. This could be in union with oneself, right? Maybe you're not looking to have a partner in this life. Maybe you just want to have a really strong connection to the divine. The Lovers means like divine guidance, especially when it comes to decision making. So, it also talks about the law of gender. So it could be balance in all things as you move forward in this new chapter of life, whether you're wanting union or partnerships, friendships, any of that. I feel like this is kind of a representation of that. And for those who are looking for love, I feel like that is on the horizon. I'm getting like horizon energy, okay? And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like, if they said a lot about like, your value, your worth, like you're nothing, like all that shit talking. I feel like, all it did was make you stronger. So I feel like you used all of this negative intention to build something and create something. And the Queen is like a very high ranking position. It's not like a page energy, right? Like you built something from the ground up and it's stable, it's secure, it's providing for your family and others. Like you are able to use your pentacles to bless others in whatever way you see fit. And I feel like they never wanted anyone to see you in this light. And they did the most, okay? They did the most. So I feel like you deserve this new beginning and this fresh start. And for you to not have to look back and worry about a thing. The Fool is holding on to just something very light, traveling in the light. All right, so that's the advice for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I had a lot of fun. We try to keep it interesting over here, So, we got some good messages, though. I don't always use the Kipper deck, so it's kind of fun to use that. I find it tells quite a story, Sometimes, it's about the storytelling. So if you're a good storyteller, drop me some tips. All right. Oops. Look at someone is down and out. I'm telling you. Okay. And it's as a result of having to go to the courthouse. So, or some sort of, someone breaking some sort of rule. All right. There's a ruling. All right. Ooh, somebody wants to send a message. All right. So, King of Cups. What's he want to talk about? Oh, he's miserable. I think that's a let it go to voicemail, or no contact. All right. Talk to you guys later. Have a great time.